All right, let's look at doing these SSA problems. These are side-side angle, or you can also call them angle side-side problems. I like the book calls them this. I like to think of them as angle side-side because that helps me remember that these are the ones that can be a bit of a pain. What do I mean by a bit of a pain? Well, sometimes you get a triangle, sometimes you get no triangles, and sometimes you get two triangles. Let me show you what I mean by that. So for an angle side-side, here's the base. I'm going to draw it in like this. This is my angle that's given to us. This is one side. And then the third side is going to be over here. Now, depending on how long this third side is, we might get 0, 1, or 2 triangles. If we've got a situation like this where the third side is too short, then what we have is no triangle. Meaning it's, this angle up here is what we're trying to solve for. That's one of the things. And so this, you can think of this as being like a, kind of like it's dangling off of there and you can move it back and forth. And so that one, it doesn't fit. Or it's not long enough to touch the floor. So you get no triangle there. Well, what if it's a little bit longer? If that third side is a little bit longer, if it's just long enough, it'll drop down and touch the base. It'll give you one right triangle. Okay. Now, if it's a little bit longer than that, let's say it's long enough where it could drop below. Well, that's not a triangle. Instead of it touching there, what we need to do is rotate it out or rotate it back in so that it touches the base. And so if I rotate it in to touch the base, I get this triangle. If I rotate it out to touch the base, I get that triangle. So this and this give me two possible ways that I could draw that third side with the correct length. So if it's a little longer, we get two triangles. And is there anything I can say about that? I don't think so. I think it's just, we're going to get two triangles there. And so the last possibility here is, what if that third side, instead of it being too short or just right or a little long, what if it is a lot longer? Okay, if it's a lot longer, then, well, we can, when we try to swing it up here, it's too long. It hits the, well, it's too long. We can't make a triangle. So we can only rotate it out here. Finish this the rest of the way. So if it's way too long, or maybe I shouldn't say way too long, but if it's a lot longer, we get one obtuse triangle. So when we're doing these problems, for the most part, we have to be on the lookout for this. What we'll see is, if we have this situation, that's going to show up pretty early on. When we try to solve for one of the angles, we're going to wind up getting, well, what we'll wind up with is we'll be solving for an angle, and we'll wind up with something like, sine of C is equal to something bigger than 1. And that'll tell us there's no solution. This one we have to be a little careful with to make sure that we don't lose that extra triangle. So anyway, I want to do some examples of this, but I think I'm going to put the examples in the next video.